Peter Richings, I'm delighted to say, has arrived on the scene. Peter, welcome back to the microphone.
Thank you, Ian.
So this grid, based on fastest lap, best lap in the previous race, so I'll give you the lap times there. Winner of the early race was Alex Champkin. His fastest lap was a 1:41.991. So Alex Champkin starts in pole position. And with him at the front of the grid, number 7, Steve Dickens, 1:44.283. So 21 and 7 at first and second on the grid. Third on the grid, number 17, Alan Cook, 1:45.715. And fourth, number 32, Steve Collier, 1:47.348. 17 and 32, third and fourth. Fifth is 76, Maurice Hart, 1:48.515. And sixth, number 84, Michelle Hayward, 1:48.717. 76 and 84, fifth and sixth. Seventh is number 20, Mathieu Gauthier Thornton, 1:50.240. And eighth, number 87, Samantha Evans, 1:51.555. 20 and 87, 7th and 8th. 9th, 50, Clive Wood, who's next on the grid, 1:52.086, looking to rejoin battle with number 10th on the grid, number 25, Martin Walker, with the best lap in the race of 1:52.767. 11th is the third man in that battle, number 58, Tom Muirhead, top of his class, 1:52.855. And 12th, number 81, Rodney Player, 1:53.841. 13th is number 40, Mike Upton, 1:58.545. And 14th, number 52, Roger Watton, 2 minutes 2.223. 40 and 52, 13th and 14th. And 15th at the back, number 68, Jared Lester, without a lap time to his credit, but he's got at least a place on the grid. Well, let's start at the back. Jared Lester.
So Jared actually didn't make the first race at all. His car had a clutch failure in qualifying. If you remember, Cody Tree was running second in the first race for a period. So unfortunately, Cody's retirement was caused by a front wishbone that failed during that race.
Oh dear. Steve Collier should be chuffed with the fact he's completed his first Clubmans race.
He's absolutely delighted, and but so delighted having finished his first race, he's now changed the setup of the car completely for the second race, so we'll see how he gets on. So taken a lot of downforce off the car, and I hope he goes a bit quicker down the straight. And the other person who was very pleased with himself was Maurice Hart, who, having started third in CSP 2, jumped into the lead at the start, and nobody ever caught him.
They're very quick cars, these, aren't they?
Oh yes, these are.
I mean, they go Formula 3 sort of speeds.
Well, the comparison that I like to draw these days is that if you look at their lap times at nearly every circuit, they're about the same as a British touring car.
Oh, right.
We do it in all the different places, slow it down the straight, quick around the corners, but nearly every circuit we're within a second or so of a British touring car time, so to put it in perspective.
Go back to the early 70s and they were as quick as the then current Formula 3 cars, the 1600cc Formula 3 cars.
They used to trade the outright lap record around Cadwell Park and places with F3, that's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
They are seriously quick cars.
Oh yeah.
Right, okay, the race is about to get underway then. And on pole position, Alex Champkin, could he get away as well as he did on the previous occasion, or is Steve Dickens going to get the benefit? No.
Steve Dickens under pressure from Alan Cook. No, he's just chopped him off though. And Maurice Hart's made a brilliant start in CSP2 again.
Right, so it's heart to heart as they head down the avenue then. In the lead, it's Alex Champkin from Steve Dickens, Ian.
It is, and Alan Cook in third position and fourth place at the moment is the number 32 car of Steve Collier as they make their way out of Cascade down towards Islands and Shallows Corner for the first time. Certainly there was Alex Champkin with already a lead of 7 car lengths as they disappeared from my sight.
Well, yes, but that lead almost completely disappeared as they disappeared from your sight, and as they go through Shell Oils, actually it's opening up again, but through Islands they were almost overlapping as they come up towards the Britain's chicane for the first time. It is still Alex Champkin, number 21, with the Phantom in the lead, but he is being given a really hard time by Steve. Steve Dickens absolutely on it, twitches the car through. You like that, Peter, didn't you?
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Here they come then, Ian.
Down towards me, and they are nearly overlapping once again as they come into the braking area for Hislop's, but it's the racing line taken by Alex Champkin in that pale blue number 21 car in the lead of the race. Steve Dickens there is second, Alan Cook in third, fourth is Steve Collier. In fifth place it's the number 76 car, which is Maurice Hart, of course, and then the rest of them all making their way through. It looks like they have all got through the first 2/3 of this lap safely, and they're heading back up towards Druids.
Yeah, well, through Druids the leaders are heading towards Lodge Corner. There's nobody particularly super quick just near the back of the grid apart from Jared Lester, I suppose.
And he's already working his way up through the field. I can see he's about midfield at the moment.
So we need to watch out for his progress as well. So they're coming through to complete lap 1. And the gap has got larger as the lap came to its conclusion, hasn't it, really?
Yes, Alex managed to pull out a little bit of a gap as they came out, and Knickerbocker noticed, and then just gradually pulled away. So yeah, Jared Lester's up behind the CSP2 battle. He's just behind Michelle Hayward at the moment, who's side by side with Matthew Gauthier Thornton.
Leaders already through Cascades once again. There's a battle going on in the midfield there, and in fact that is the battle that involves Jared Lester trying to make his way through. That CSP2 scrap. He's got past one of those cars now, which may well have been the Gauthier Thornton car. Into 7th place. They are down at Carroll's corner. She's out of my view from the commentary box. We'll get over Hilltop. Here's Alex Champkin as he's crossed the hill, leading the way in his Phantom PR21 on the Steve Dickens Mallet Mark 29 in 2nd place. It's another Mallet from Mark 31 for Alan Cook in 3rd place. Looking further into the distance, I can see that Jared Lester, is he still making his way through? Yes, he is. Yes. He's just in behind the Morris Hart car now, so he's got past Michelle Hayward as well.
That was a bold move there by Tom Muirhead, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's certainly keen to get in front of Samantha Evans there to keep a bit of distance from his closest challenger, Martin Walker, who's in the green car following him.
Where's Clive Wood?
Clive Wood's made another leisurely start to this one, so he's a second or so behind Martin at the moment.
Perhaps he likes his pursuit races. So Dean has gone through for the 2nd time, and already Alex Champkin's opened up a nearly 3-second lead, 2.845 seconds. Champkin to Steve Dickens 2nd, Alan Cook 3rd, and Steve Collier 4th. Morris Hart 5th. That's pretty good going, isn't it?
Yeah, Morris has made yet another lightning start. It seems to be a speciality, making a lightning start, and he's going to be overtaken by Jared Lester very shortly, but he's got a good gap to Michelle Hayward of a couple of seconds at the moment.
Well, Jared's made pretty impressive progress, actually, hasn't he? To be up into 6th in the back of the grid on by the 2nd lap's good going.
Yeah, absolutely. But he told me his target was to try and catch Alan Cook, so let's see if he manages it.
I think he ought to raise his aspirations and say he ought to catch Steve Dickens as well.
There's a car going very slowly.
That might be his hidden aspiration, he didn't tell me.
Okay, yes, Ian.
The car going very slowly is the number 81 car. That's Rodney Player.
Okay.
He has put up onto the cross circuit actually and retired from the race. As Alex Champkin comes past me again, it's a comfortable lead over Steve Dickens. Alan Cook still there in 3rd. 4th is still Collier, and yes, we've got this little target then for Jared Lester to try to make a...
It's a nice looking car, that, isn't it? That side on view. Now we got pulled off here.
Jared Lester was pulled off, unfortunately.
Oh,
so after his lightning start, I'm afraid I've got a sneaking suspicion that clutch may have not taken the strain.
Oh, well, we were looking forward to more excitement from Jared before the end of the race.
Disappointing,
as you say, very disappointing. So Alex Champkin, meanwhile, completes his 3rd lap. Steve Dickens is 4.3 seconds behind him. And the rest are really quite some way back. 4.2 seconds behind Steve Dickens is Alan Cook. And Steve Collier in the Vision in 4th place. Then Morris Hart, then Michelle Hayward. Has she ever won a race?
Michelle
overall?
Hayward?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, she has.
Yeah.
When the conditions were a little inclement, then she's managed to win overall, absolutely. And of course, she's won her class in the championship.
Yes, well, she's going well again in 6th place, ahead of Matthew Gauthier Thornton. And then Tom Muirhead in 8th place, with Samantha Evans directly behind, and then in 10th place, 2nd CSPB cars, number 25, Martin Walker, with Clive Wood still thinking about it.
Yeah, Michelle Hayward won her class in 2021 and 2018.
In the championship?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, it was more overall wins.
Yes. indeed. So we've got Morris Hayward and Michelle Hayward. Morris Hart and Michelle Hayward putting past me now. They're all pretty much together now.
Yes.
They were 2.4 seconds behind Duncan up from the right line. And it's not that now, it's about 3/4 of a second, I would think, between those two. So we could have a change of lead in CSP2 before much longer.
Okay. Champkin through. Are there other new Phantoms around, PR21s around the place?
At the moment, that's the only one, but I know he's got another one in build at the moment,
Right.
which hopefully should appear next year.
It is spoken for. Somebody's shown an interest.
I'm not sure about that.
Is that his full-time business, building
Yes.
Phantoms?
Building Phantoms and race equipment. So he
Right.
builds a lot of setup equipment and race boxes for transporting equipment and that sort of thing. So I noticed that Michelle Hayward's got a lot closer to Morris Hart.
Yeah,
on this,
you would have heard, but Ian just mentioned that as well. Yes, so I know Peter can't hear, but he's saying you have to shout louder, Ian.
Okay. that battle is headed down towards Ireland again, actually, for the CSP2 lead. And it's, what, about 3 seconds between the leaders? No, more than that,
Yeah.
in the CSPB lead, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, because as Peter pointed out, Tom Muirhead was keen to get ahead of number 87, Samantha Evans.
The previous lap for Alex Champkin was a bit slow, wasn't it? 1 minute 50.
Oh, yes.
And there's gaps still only about 2 to 3 seconds between Champkin and Dickens. So I wonder if there is a problem for that Phantom that's leading the way, the PR21. We'll have to keep an eye on that particular gap this time around.
We're watching it coming into Lodge Corner now. And do you see anything untoward, Peter?
With Alex Champkin's car,
Yes.
I can't see anything that looks amiss.
No.
No, I think he's just pacing himself. That would be my guess.
Right, what's that lap time going to be? A 1:45.5.
Okay.
Very relaxed, Ian.
Yes, okay. Panic over. Meanwhile, that Class 2 lead is looking pretty spicy again. That'll be heading to you shortly.
CSP2
Yeah, Martin Hayward.
is half a second between them last time. So 2 cars we need to be seeing then, if possible. Number 76, Morris Hart, there they are, heading into Oulton corner. And Michelle Hayward, number 84.
Yeah, now that gap, as they come back into my view into Cascades, is much larger than it was when I last saw them heading up Clay Hill. So maybe Michelle's made a small mistake and dropped back a few lengths to Morris from what it was. So it could be more exciting last time I saw them.
Well, last time around, just to give you these basic stats, Morris was a 150.910. His best lap, that is his best lap. Michelle was a 151.278. Her best lap, a 149.9. So her best lap is quicker than Morris's. But last time around, she was slower.
Yeah, I wonder whether she had a go at him at some point and just dropped back a little on that lap.
Yeah, they're heading down towards me once again at Hislop's, those two, but there's probably a dozen car lengths between them at the moment, if not more than that, 15, 20 maybe. So it's not now that close between the two CSP2 class leaders, Hart and Hayward, who of course is in that borrowed car for this weekend, not her regular drive. Then the 20 car coming through next, that's the third place car within that class, which is the Matthew Gauthier Thornton car. And then we get Tom Muirhead, who's our CSPB leader, and I think we'll move up into second in that particular class's standings if he can convert that to a victory here. So we'll go ahead of Barry Webb, who's not here this weekend.
Well, one of the things, Peter, that I found remarkable about Clubmans racing is the age of some of these cars. I mean, they're racing at what you might call modern speeds, but they date back to the 1970s, some of them, don't they?
Some of them do, that's right. I mean, it's a bit like Trigger's Brew. You won't find so many parts on the car that date back to the 1970s, but the basic car does.
The chassis plate does, doesn't it?
That sort of thing, yes. And
what about yours? How old's yours?
my car was originally built in 1990.
Oh, it's a new one.
Relatively new, yes. But they're all nicely maintained and have lots of good parts, new parts put on them.
And how many of them could claim to have been worked on by the Mad Major himself, by Arthur Malik himself.
Well, my car, which is the Mark 30 PR, which the PR doesn't stand for my initials, was the last car that Arthur actually designed and was responsible for. So anything up to my car would be considered to be touched by the Major. Yeah.
Is there a Malik tribute car out there?
Well, in terms of tribute to Arthur?
Yeah.
Not as such, no. But as I say, the Mark 30 PR was the last that he was responsible for. So this is Martin. We can see Martin Walker and Clive Wills behind Samantha Evans, trying to get past us so they can close on Tom Muirhead, but not being successful so far.
Yeah, Clive Wood not being as successful in rising up the order as he was in the first race.
No, he hasn't made the impression that he did in the first race, has he? No, but he's just
2 minutes.
with 2 minutes to go, he's just starting to close up.
Left it a bit late, I think.
I think he may have done, yeah.
Yeah, he's still behind Walker and Evans as they head up Clay Hill this time, and that's for 9th, 10th, and 11th overall, as well as various class positions. So yes, we're working the penultimate lap now, I think, aren't we, for the race leader, Alex Champkin?
Yes, next time two of you will be starting in the last round. And he leads Steve Dickens by 7 seconds or so. It became 7 seconds quite early on in the second half of the race, really.
It's interesting, his best lap time is nearly 3 seconds off what his best lap time was in the earlier race, so I think he is pacing himself in these very warm conditions that we have out in car today.
I call them hot.
You might even go so far as to say that. He's passed me again, and still very much clear of the rest. Behind him on track at the moment, he's got the 52 car, which is Roger Watton, a lap down in his Malik car, 15.
So Alex Champkin comes through Druids and onto the straight to the final corner, to Lodge Corner, and will be taking the checker flag to win his second Clubmans Sports Prototype Championship race of the day.
I think he may have another lap.
Am I jumping the gun here?
Yeah, I think so. He's coming across the line.
Yes, I am. Yes, he's got another lap.
Yeah, about 30 seconds to go.
All right. We can rerun that later.
Yeah, that was just a practice.
Here's one eye. Right, okay, so through Old Hall and down the avenue into that little kink called Denton's and back into your sight, Ian.
Yeah, and he's got one more back marker ahead of him that he'll have to deal with on this final lap, I think, as that little scrap goes past me again that involves Clive Wood. He's still at the back of that trio, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. As they head up Clay Hill.
Alex's lead 8 seconds, 8.021 seconds over Steve Dickens that time. And Alan Cook only a couple of seconds behind, but he's not lapping quicker, so he's not going to threaten Steve's second place, I don't think.
No, Alex Champkin should come back into my view in moments, we think, over Hilltop. Here he is. And out of his own.
Matthew Gauthier Thornton going slowly over the start and finish line here.
Well, he was where in CSP2 he was third.
He was third in class, yeah.
Behind Morris Hart, Michelle Hayward.
Yeah, he's slowing down.
It was a slow lap for Hayward as well, above 2 minutes that last lap. So she's lost a lot of ground to Morris Hart. Meanwhile, the leader's gone past me at Nickel Pluck again, and this time it will be the last lap as he heads to Druids and then Lodge.
So if I can remember the lines from previously, up to Lodge Corner for the final time for his second win of the day comes Alex Champkin. Yeah, I knew. The actuality is that he turns into Lodge Corner and takes the checkered flag to win, and what good that's going to do him in the championship, what do we reckon? Definitely brings him into the reckoning, doesn't it?
Oh, I think very much so. I think Alex is going to be very
good
much
day.
In the reckoning. That's going to put him right up in the sharp end of the championship now.
Yeah, he'll take the lead of the championship quite comfortably, I think, from Jared Lester and Cody Tree, who've both had days to forget.
So, in second place, Steve Dickens 7.6 seconds adrift of Alex Champkin. Alan Cook takes third place, number 17. Fourth, number 32, who should be well pleased with this weekend, Steve Collier, of the Vision. Takes fourth place. In fifth place, Maurice Hart.
Yeah, Morris takes his second CSP2 win of the day, which is he'll be very pleased about.
But Michelle will stay in the lead of the class.
Michelle was still, she had a good lead in the championship in 2 second places, no harm at all. And Martin Walker did manage to hold off Clive Wood for second place in CSPB, just on the line there.
Behind Tom Muirhead.
Yeah, Tom Muirhead had another win in CSPB. So good day for him.
What happened to Matthew Gauthier Thornton? Did he pull off?
Yeah, he slowed down, and we just saw him coasting down the avenue on the last lap.
Yeah,
so.
he pulled off. He pulled off the circuit at Cascade, so he didn't make it to the end.
So for Michelle, that's good news then.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. He was on to go second place points or third place points, wasn't he? Right. So, any other thoughts on that race, Peter, or way the championship is going to go in its closing stages?
I think what it's done in CSP1, it's closed the championship points right up at the top. So as we go into Brands Hatch in September, that'll make that quite exciting. And CSP2, Michelle Hayward will have really consolidated her lead there.
Just to confirm the finishing order then, Alex Champkin in the Phantom wins in 16 minutes 13.405 seconds, 7.6 seconds ahead of Steve Dickens. And in third place, Alan Cook. In fourth place, Steve Collier. In fifth place, Maurice Hart. In sixth place, Michelle Hayward. In seventh place, Tom Muirhead. Eighth, 87, Samantha Evans. Ninth, number 25, Martin Walker. And in 10th place, number 50, Clive Wood. Well, there we are. Peter, thank you very much indeed. You'll have your car back to play with at Brands Hatch, will you?
I'll be back in harness at Brands Hatch, yes, indeed.
Well, good luck for the rest of the season. And thank you very much for all your input. Delighted to have you here.
Pleasure.
A bit like old times, really, isn't it?
Yeah, good to see you.
Thanks very much, Peter. Cheerio.